Hello, Sam. My name is Dorian Emmanuel, and welcome to our treatment center. I'm going to be going over with you a little bit about your medication regimen, as well as a suggested treatment plan going forward to treat the symptoms that you've been having issues with. First off, I want to go over some of the history to make sure that some of these things are still current. You've said that you self-reported having feelings of fatigue and low self-worth, and you are also referred to our clinic based upon the need to identify a problem as well as suggest and implement a course of treatment. Is that correct? Very good. So you stated that you have been experiencing these feelings of fatigue and low self-worth due to a dissolving marriage. You have been experiencing low energy and worthlessness for approximately 9 months. You stated that you have been feeling empty and hopeless almost every day, and you have been having difficulty getting out of bed. Is that correct? Okay, good. You stated that you've noticed that a lot of the depression surrounds around the marriage, and that you have been married for 9 years, and you noticed the change in your wife's behavior shortly after the birth of your daughter. Is that correct? So we have given you a battery of psychological tests, and the results of those tests suggest that you have symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder, as well as a low-level depression that we call dysthymia. The findings suggest that you have a presence of low-level depression that has been present for several years. These symptoms are verified by the battery include irritable mood, low motivation, low self-esteem, and difficulty making decisions. And also, you have a negative outlook for the future. Many of these depressive symptoms usually occur, and they appear to be as a result of negative outcomes experienced as a result of the difficulties with anxiety and impulsivity and other related problems related to generalized anxiety disorder. Does that sound good? Because of these symptoms persist, what we're going to be recommending for treatment is a medication regimen as well as psychotherapy. We're going to be putting you on 10 milligrams of Lexapro, and Lexapro is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Are you aware of Lexapro? Well, Lexapro is a medication that is designed to treat clinical depression as well as generalized anxiety disorder. Like I said, it's an SSRI, which means that it's a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and this type of medication has been found to have tremendous success with the symptoms that you present with. That is a very good question. What is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor? Well, a SSRI is a type of medication that is designed to prevent the reuptake of serotonin back into the neuron. So basically, you have two neurons, and one neuron sends serotonin into a synaptic cleft, which is between the other neuron. And so what happens is that serotonin comes into this cleft, into this space, and it fills this space. And if the serotonin does not move into this neuron, well, it's reabsorbed, it's reuptaking back into this neuron. So what this type of medication does is that it blocks the receptors, and it prevents the serotonin to be reabsorbed or be reuptake inside of the previous neuron to make it a high probability for the serotonin to be received in the other neuron. So in depression, it is believed that depression is caused by a lack of serotonin. And so what's happening is that the serotonin, once it gets into the synaptic space, it is not being absorbed into the other neuron, and so it's going back. So what we're doing is we're preventing the serotonin from reuptaking and staying in that space for a longer period of time, which make it more probable for the serotonin to reach the other neuron to relieve some of the symptoms that you are experiencing. Does that make sense? Good, good. Okay, all right. So far, do you have any other questions so far? Oh, what are the side effects? Okay, so yes, that is a very good question and something that you should be concerned with. So Lexapro does have some side effects that go along with it, and with the 10 milligrams that we're going to be giving you, you may be experiencing some drowsiness or some occasional dizziness. You may develop some mild sleep problems, mild nausea, gas, a little heartburn, upset stomach. You may experience some weight changes, and maybe some decrease in sex drive, a dry mouth, or some yawning. So these are some of the things that you may be experiencing. So it's good for you to be aware of these side effects. And if these side effects continue to persist, you might want to come back in and let us take a look at our medication and see how, if your symptoms are being relieved, as well as we want to weigh the cost benefit of your side effects. Do you have any other questions? Does this sound good for you? Well, like I said, if you have any other problems, it was nice meeting you, and we're going to follow up with you later to see if your symptoms of depression and anxiety are being relieved. Again, nice meeting you, and I hope to see you again.